Hi, my name is Jack Parker, and I'll be presenting Greatness Through Music, a history of some of the greatest artists of their time and of our time. Some of these artists you may know, and some you may not know. However, I hope that what you take away from this is something that you did not know before. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. I'm sure most of you already know who this artist is, considering he is one of the most famous, if not the most famous, musician of all time. Now, I'm going to take you through a few short, fun facts about him. So, first off, he composed in the classical period. This was a very long time ago, and he was considered one of the greatest during this era. He composed over 600 works, and this was beginning at age 6 when he composed his first piece. At age 6, just to show how much of a musical prodigy he was. He composed pieces such as Rondo alla Turco, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. However, he did pass away December 5th, 1791. However, his legacy is not forgotten, as he is one of the most famous artists of all time. And now moving on to one of my favorite artists, Frédéric Chopin. In fact, the piece you are hearing right now is one written by him, one of his many piano pieces, this one titled Nocturne, Opus 9, Number 2. Frédéric Chopin, born in Poland but moved to Paris in his later life, was known for his technical prowess on the piano, which most of his piano pieces were written for. He was also known for his poetic pieces, known for his great emotional value. He is the father of the Romantic era, for that is where he composed his pieces. He is one of the greatest of all time in the Romantic era. He composed 154 total piano pieces, a hefty amount, and most of his pieces were written for piano, and all of them included piano in some regards. His most famous works include the one you're hearing right now again, Nocturne, Opus 9, Number 2, Grande Valse Brillante, and the Great Polonaise Brillante. However, he died in Paris, France on October 17, 1849. He did not return to his homeland of Poland, for it was engaged in conflict at the time, and much of his pieces did include themes on his homeland of Poland for which he strived so long to go back. However, he died. Yeah. And now, we move on to one of my other favorite all-time greats, Sergei Rachmaninoff of the contemporary era. Rachmaninoff is known for his unusually large hands, which can be used to build bigger chords and in some cases are not playable for those piano players with smaller hands. His pieces often build up to thunderous crescendos and are well known for its Russian style. Again, he is the father of the contemporary era, which followed the Romantic era and was before the modern era. He composed around 500 pieces, a lot in his time. Obviously, he was a dedicated worker to his craft. His most famous pieces are Concertos Number 1 and Number 2. Number 1 I can actually play myself. And Prelude Number in C sharp minor. He died on March 28, 1943. 2 years before World War II finally come to an end and let all those American soldiers go back home. And now, moving on to perhaps the greatest artist of all time, José Onfroy, or known by his stage name and classical name, XXX Tentacion. He was born in 1945 in Warsaw, Poland. However, he tragically died in 2016 at Deerfield Beach, Florida. He was famous for composing Concerto Number 1 in B flat minor. Now, let me go off script for a second and talk about X's influence on me. X is very dear to my heart as I relate to him, as he is a good guy who does not beat his girlfriend. Now, he is known for his collabs with former President Nixon, and also Ski Mask, the Slump God, who you can hear in this track right now, titled Take a Step Back. Also, Little Squatty. He's remembered for his musical genius. He is perhaps the greatest artist of all time. And he, with his mastery of a variety of instruments, he composed his first piece at age 3, even better than Mozart, if you will remember. He's also known for beating his girlfriend. Thank you for joining me on this history through some of the greatest artists of all time, and concluding at the greatest artist of all time, Jose Onfroy. Rest in peace.